I'm 81 years old, and I need to tell you something that's been eating at me for 43 years. My daughter died when she was 38. Brain aneurysm. 1 minute she was laughing on the phone with her husband. The next minute she was on the floor, gone before the ambulance even arrived. But that's not what haunts me. What haunts me is that when she died, I barely knew her. I had spent 38 years in the same city as my daughter, saw her maybe twice a month, talked to her every week, and I didn't know her favorite book. I didn't know what made her laugh at 2 a.m. I didn't know her dreams, her fears, the things that kept her up at night. I knew the surface, the performance, the "how are you, Dad? I'm fine, Dad" version. But I didn't know her, and now I never will. My name is Frank, and I'm here to tell you about the biggest mistake of my life. Not the biggest tragedy, the biggest mistake. Because Sarah didn't die suddenly to me. I lost her slowly, over 38 years, one I'm too busy at a time. Let me tell you when I should have learned this. Not at 81, sitting in her empty bedroom holding her old sweater. I should have learned it on June 12, 1983. Sarah was 7 years old. She had a piano recital. First one. She'd been practicing this little Mozart piece for 3 months, and she was so nervous her hands were shaking that morning at breakfast. I was a sales manager at a manufacturing company. We had a client meeting that afternoon. Big account. Been working on it for 6 months. That morning, Sarah came into the kitchen wearing her yellow dress, the one with the little flowers. She had her hair in pigtails, and she looked up at me and said, "Daddy, you're coming today, right? You promised." And I remember I was reading the newspaper, drinking my coffee. I didn't even look up. I said, "Of course, sweetheart, I'll be there." I didn't go. The meeting ran late. Then there was traffic. Then I told myself, well, there will be other recitals. She's 7. She won't even remember this one. I got home around 8 p.m. Sarah was already in bed. My wife, Margaret, told me it went beautifully. Said Sarah kept looking at the door, waiting for me to walk in. I went upstairs, peeked into her room. She was asleep, still in that yellow dress, her recital program clutched in her little hand. And I told myself the same lie you're probably telling yourself right now. I'll make it up to her. There's time. Except I didn't make it up to her, because that wasn't one incident. That was the beginning of a pattern that would define our entire relationship. I missed her 8th grade graduation because I had a conference in Chicago. I missed her 16th birthday dinner because I was closing a deal. I missed her college move-in day because, and this is the one that still makes me sick, because I was playing golf with a client. Golf. My daughter needed help carrying boxes into her dorm room, meeting her roommate, feeling less scared about this huge life transition. And I was on a golf course talking about quarterly projections. She married a man named David when she was 26. Good man. Kind. Worked as a teacher. I didn't approve. Not because David wasn't a good man, but because he wasn't making enough money. I thought my daughter deserved better. Better. As if love and character and showing up every single day wasn't better. I gave her a small wedding. Didn't really invest in it. Didn't give a long father-daughter dance. Didn't cry when I walked her down the aisle. You know why? Because I was disappointed. My daughter, the one I paid for college, was marrying a high school teacher instead of a doctor or a lawyer. I was so focused on what I wanted her life to look like that I completely missed what her life was. On March 3rd, 2007, Sarah called me at work. It was a Tuesday afternoon. I was in a meeting. My assistant came in and said, "Your daughter's on line 2. She says it's not an emergency, but she really wants to talk to you." I remember looking at my watch. The meeting was running long. I had another call scheduled in 20 minutes. I told my assistant to tell Sarah I'd call her back. That was the last time Sarah tried to call me. 4 days later, March 7th, 2007, Margaret called me at the office. She was screaming. Couldn't understand her at first. When I finally made out the words, they didn't make sense. Sarah collapsed. The hospital. You need to come now. I drove 90 miles an hour, ran every red light, praying to a God I hadn't talked to in decades. Please let me get there in time. I didn't. By the time I got to the hospital, she was gone. Brain aneurysm. The doctor said it was instant, said she didn't suffer. But I have suffered every single day since. I stood in that hospital room, looking at my daughter's body, and I realized something that shattered me. I had spent 38 years waiting for the right time to really connect with her. When she was little, she's too young. We'll connect when she's older. When she was a teenager, she's too moody. We'll connect when she grows out of this phase. When she was in college, she's too busy with school. We'll connect after graduation. When she got married, she's focused on her new marriage. We'll connect later. Later never came. And here's the part that kills me, really kills me. After she died, I went through her things. Margaret asked me to help clean out Sarah's apartment. David couldn't do it. Too painful. In her desk drawer, I found a journal. I know I shouldn't have read it, but I did. March 3rd, 2007, 4 days before she died. The entry said, "Called Dad today. Wanted to tell him that David and I are trying for a baby. Wanted to ask him if he'd be willing to be more present for his grandchild than he was for me. Wanted to tell him I forgive him for missing so much. That I understand he was doing his best. That I love him anyway. But he was in a meeting. He's always in a meeting. Maybe I'll try again next week." Next week never came. I'm telling you this because right now, looking at you, I see me. You think you have time. You think your kids will always be there. You think, I'll be more present when work slows down. I'll really listen when they're older. I'll take that trip with them next year. I'll have that conversation eventually. Let me give you a hard fact from an 81-year-old man who learned this 43 years too late. Eventually never comes. Your kids are not going to wait for you to be ready. They're growing up right now, today, while you're checking your email. They're forming memories right now, and you're not in them. They're learning who they can count on, and you're teaching them it's not you. I have a friend, Robert, known him for 40 years. He's 79 now, has a son, Marcus, successful kid, lives in California, works in tech. Robert complains to me every time we have coffee. Marcus never calls. Marcus is too busy for his old man, and I want to shake him. I want to say, "Robert, do you remember when Marcus was 12 and begged you to coach his little league team? You said you were too busy with work. Do you remember when Marcus was 17 and invited you to his school play? You fell asleep in the third row. Do you remember when Marcus was 22 and asked you to visit him at college? You said you'd come next semester. You don't get to complain that your kids don't call when you spent their entire childhood not showing up. Children spell love T-I-M-E, not money, not advice, not criticism, time, attention, presence. I gave Sarah everything except the one thing she actually wanted, me. So here's what I'm telling you. Here's the strategy one learned 43 years too late. Number 1, put the phone down. I don't care how important the email is. I don't care if it's your boss. I don't care if it's urgent. When your child is talking to you, that phone does not exist. Look at them. Actually look at them. See them. Because one day they'll be gone, and you'll wish you could see their face one more time. Number 2, ask deeper questions. Stop asking, how was school? Start asking, what made you laugh today? What made you sad? What were you scared of? What are you excited about? And then, and this is the important part, listen to the answer. Don't wait for your turn to talk. Don't plan your response. Just listen. I never asked Sarah real questions. I asked surface questions, and I got surface answers. And now, I'll never know what was really going on in her heart. Number 3, say yes more than you say no. Dad, can we go to the park? Dad, can we build a fort? Dad, can you help me with this? Dad, can we just talk? The default answer should be yes, because every no is a missed opportunity you will never, ever get back. I said no to Sarah hundreds of times, maybe thousands, and I would give everything I own, everything I have, for just one more chance to say yes. You know what I think about every single day? What if I had gone to that piano recital? What if I had walked her into that dorm room? What if I had danced with her at her wedding like she deserved? What if I had taken that call on March 3rd? Would it have changed anything? Maybe not. She still would have had the aneurysm. But maybe in those last 4 days, we would have had one real conversation. Maybe I would have told her I was proud of her, not proud of her career or her choices. Proud of her, the person she was. Maybe she would have told me about the baby they were trying for. Maybe I could have said I was sorry. Maybe I could have said I love you, really said it, meant it, not just as a sign-off on a phone call. But I didn't get that chance, and you might not either. I'm 81 years old now. Margaret died 3 years ago. Cancer. I live alone in the same house where we raised Sarah. I kept her room exactly the same. Her piano is still there. The yellow dress is still in her closet. And every June 12th, I sit in that empty recital hall where she performed when she was 7, and I listen to a recording of that Mozart piece, and I imagine what it would have been like to be there. Your kids are not going to be kids forever. Your parents are not going to be here forever. The people you love are temporary. And every single day you put off really seeing them, really knowing them, really being present with them, that's a day you will never get back. I know, because I have 38 years worth of days I can never get back. Don't do what I did. Don't trade the people you love for the things that don't matter. Don't wait for the right time. There's no right time. The right time is now. Today. This moment. Stop reading this. Call your daughter. Call your son. Call your father. Call your mother. Not to check a box. Not to update them on your life. Call them to actually see them. To ask real questions. To listen. And if they're in the same house as you right now, put this down and go sit with them. Not on your phone. Not distracted. Really sit with them. Because I promise you, with everything I have left, one day they'll be gone. And all you'll have left are the moments you were too busy to create. I'm tired now. But before I go, I want to tell you something Sarah wrote in that journal. She wrote, "I know Dad loves me. I just wish he liked spending time with me." That's the sentence that plays in my head every night before I fall asleep. I just wish he liked spending time with me. She was right there. For 38 years, she was right there, and I was always somewhere else. Don't be somewhere else. Be here. Your kids need you here. Not your money, not your advice, not someday. They need you here, now. Present, paying attention, before it's too late.